Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. Today
Ah,
we're going deep on a topic that's been getting a lot of attention these days.
yeah.
Gold IRAs.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of folks, the idea of holding actual gold, as part of their retirement savings is really appealing.
Yeah.
And today we're going to explore why.
It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
The idea of diversifying beyond, the traditional assets like stocks and bonds and holding something tangible,
hmm
something with a history of value preservation.
Exactly. I think it taps into a primal instinct.
Yeah.
This desire to have something real, something you can hold in your hand
Yeah.
as part of your financial security.
Right.
But before we get too far down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
let's take a step back
Sure.
and define what a gold IRA actually is.
Okay.
For someone who's completely new to this,
Yeah.
how would you explain it?
So a gold IRA at its core is a self-directed individual retirement account that allows you to hold physical gold
Okay.
as well as other approved precious metals as part of your retirement savings.
Okay.
It functions similarly to a traditional IRA in terms of contribution limits and tax benefits. But the key difference is the underlying asset. Instead of stocks or mutual funds, you're holding tangible gold.
That's interesting. So it's not just about investing in like a gold mining company or a gold ETF.
Right.
You're actually holding the physical gold itself.
Yeah.
That raises a question for me. Why is that distinction so important,
Okay, yeah.
especially in the context of retirement planning?
So that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
One of the key concerns for retirees is liquidity, the ability to access your funds quickly when you need them.
Right.
With traditional investments, you might be forced to sell assets at a loss, especially during a market downturn, to cover unexpected expenses or seize opportunities.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah.
So in a scenario where you have, an unexpected medical bill or need to help a family member, being able to quickly convert an asset to cash becomes crucial.
Precisely. And that's where gold shines.
Okay.
Both figuratively and literally.
Uh-huh.
Gold is considered a highly liquid asset.
Mm-hmm.
It has a global market,
Okay.
and you can generally sell it fairly easily and quickly convert it to cash
Right.
without having to wait for markets to recover or find a buyer at a favorable price.
That makes a lot of sense. It's almost like having a financial safety net
Yeah,
that you can rely on in a pinch.
exactly.
But, I think a lot of people associate gold with something your grandparents would have invested in,
Yeah,
not necessarily a modern retirement strategy.
that's a common misconception.
Yeah.
While gold has been a store of value for centuries,
Right.
its relevance in today's financial world shouldn't be underestimated.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the 2008 financial crisis?
Oh, yeah.
When traditional markets plummeted,
Yeah.
gold actually held its value
Wow.
and even appreciated, offering a safe haven for many investors.
That's a really compelling point.
Yeah.
It highlights gold's historical ability to act as a buffer against market volatility,
Yeah,
which, let's face it, is something we've been seeing a lot of lately.
exactly.
Yeah.
And this brings us to another key benefit that resonates with many retirees:
Good.
protection against inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, the purchasing power of your savings can be eroded by inflation.
Right.
But gold has a long history of retaining its value
Okay.
and even increasing in value during inflationary periods.
So it's like a built-in hedge against the rising cost of goods and services.
Yeah.
Something that can become a real concern during retirement when you're on a fixed income.
Right.
But before we delve deeper into the historical performance of gold as an inflation hedge,
Okay.
I want to remind our listeners that we put together a free checklist
Oh, great.
to help you choose the right gold IRA company. You can download it at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Awesome.
Now back to inflation.
Okay.
Can you give us some historical context on how gold has performed during periods of high inflation?
Absolutely. Take the 1970s, for example. The U.S. was grappling with the soaring inflation rates, and the stock market was struggling.
Wow.
But during that same period, gold saw significant gains, proving its resilience and value as a hedge against inflation.
That's really interesting. So in a decade known for its economic challenges, gold actually thrived.
It did.
I think that speaks volumes about its potential to safeguard your savings in uncertain times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just about past performance.
Oh.
And the underlying factors that drive gold's value, such as its limited supply and global demand,
Right.
remain relevant in today's economic landscape.
Okay, so we've touched upon liquidity and inflation protection,
Yeah.
but I think another major concern for retirees is estate planning. How does a gold IRA fit into that picture?
That's a great question.
Well,
Gold has always been viewed as a generational asset,
right.
something that can be passed down through families. And with recent changes in IRS regulations, it's become even easier to include precious metals like gold in your estate plan.
So it's not just about protecting your own financial security during retirement.
Right.
It's about creating a legacy for your loved ones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gold can provide a sense of continuity and stability, knowing that you're leaving behind a tangible asset with intrinsic value that can benefit your heirs for years to come.
That's a really powerful concept.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, the idea of managing a gold IRA might seem a little daunting to some people.
Sure.
Is it complicated to set up and maintain?
It's actually more straightforward than you might think.
Okay.
And that's a topic we can delve into more deeply after a quick break. You know, setting up a gold IRA isn't as complex as you might think.
Okay.
The process is surprisingly straightforward, even for those who aren't, financial experts.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there are nuances that people should be aware of.
Sure.
What are some of the key steps involved in getting started with a gold IRA?
Well, the first step is to choose a custodian. Think of them as the guardians of your gold.
Okay.
They're specialized financial institutions that handle the storage and administration of your gold IRA.
So it's not like I'm storing gold bars under my mattress or in a safe deposit box.
Right.
There are professional institutions designed for this specific purpose.
Exactly. These custodians operate secure, insured depositories,
Okay.
which are basically high-tech vaults designed to safeguard precious metals.
Wow.
They also handle all the administrative tasks associated with your IRA, ensuring you comply with IRS regulations.
That takes a lot of the guesswork and worry out of the equation.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing choosing the right custodian is crucial.
Absolutely.
What should people look for when making that decision?
Transparency is key.
Okay.
You want a custodian with a clear fee structure, no hidden costs, and a solid track record in terms of security and customer service.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask questions and compare different custodians before making your choice.
That's great advice. It's a big decision. So it makes sense to do your due diligence.
Right.
But once you have a custodian, what's next?
Oh,
Do you get to pick and choose the type of gold you want in your IRA?
absolutely. You have options when it comes to the specific form of gold you hold.
Okay.
You can opt for gold bars, which are typically more cost-effective for larger investments, or gold coins, which offer greater flexibility and divisibility.
So if I wanted to take a small distribution,
Right.
having coins might be more practical than having to sell a whole gold bar.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
The choice really depends on your investment strategy and individual needs.
Okay.
Some people even diversify within their gold IRA, holding a combination of bars and coins.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about tailoring your approach to your specific circumstances.
Yeah.
Now, I know some of our listeners might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but what about the potential downsides?
Yeah.
Are there any risks associated with a gold IRA that we should be aware of?
Like any investment, there are risks and considerations.
Okay.
One thing to keep in mind is that gold doesn't generate income, like dividends from stocks or interest from bonds.
Right.
Its value is primarily derived from its scarcity and market demand.
So it's more of a long-term strategy for preserving wealth.
Yeah.
Rather than generating a steady stream of income during retirement.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a piece of the puzzle, not the entire picture.
Right.
And speaking of the bigger picture, let's not forget about diversification.
Right. We've talked about this before, but it's always worth repeating.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to put all your retirement eggs in one basket, even if that basket is made of gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A well-balanced retirement portfolio should include a mix of assets,
Okay.
each playing a specific role. Stocks for growth,
Yeah.
potential bonds for income,
Yeah.
real estate for stability,
Okay.
and gold as a hedge against inflation and market volatility.
It's about finding that sweet spot that aligns with your risk tolerance and financial goals.
Right.
But for someone who's completely new to this whole diversification concept, where do they even begin?
Yeah.
It can feel overwhelming.
That's where a qualified financial advisor can be incredibly valuable.
Okay.
They can help you assess your current financial situation, understand your risk profile, and create a personalized retirement plan that includes a diversified portfolio.
So it's not about going it alone.
Yeah,
It's about seeking expert guidance to navigate the complexities of retirement planning.
precisely.
Okay.
A financial advisor can also help you understand the tax implications of different retirement accounts, including gold IRAs.
Tax is the inevitable reality we all face.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing there are tax advantages associated with gold IRAs, similar to traditional IRAs.
You're absolutely right.
Oh, yeah.
One of the key benefits of a gold IRA is its tax advantage status.
Okay.
Just like traditional IRAs, your contributions may be tax deductible, and your earnings grow tax deferred until you withdraw them in retirement.
That's a huge advantage.
Yeah.
It allows your savings to compound over time without being eroded by annual taxes.
Exactly.
And speaking of resources to help you navigate the world of gold IRAs,
Okay.
don't forget to download our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Awesome.
It's packed with valuable tips on choosing the right gold IRA company, understanding the different types of gold you can hold,
Right.
and much more.
Yeah.
But let's get back to the practical aspects of managing a gold IRA.
Sure.
Once you set it up, is it a hands-off investment?
Okay.
Or are there ongoing responsibilities involved?
Well, a gold IRA doesn't require constant monitoring like some other investments.
Okay.
There are a few things to keep in mind. For example, it's essential to stay informed about market trends and economic conditions that might impact the value of gold.
So it's not about setting it and forgetting it.
Right.
It's about staying engaged and informed.
Exactly.
Okay.
You also want to periodically review your portfolio with your financial advisor to ensure it still aligns with your long-term goals and risk tolerance. Things change over time, and your retirement plan should evolve accordingly.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's about being proactive and adaptable.
Yeah.
Now, I know a question that's probably on everyone's mind is,
Okay.
what happens when I reach retirement and want to access the funds in my gold IRA?
Right.
Is it a complicated process?
Not at all.
Okay.
The process of withdrawing from a gold IRA is similar to a traditional IRA. You can start taking distributions at age 59 and a half.
Okay.
And those distributions are generally taxed as ordinary income.
So I can use those funds to cover living expenses, travel,
Yeah.
or whatever my heart desires in retirement.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about having the financial freedom to enjoy your golden years without worrying about where the money will come from. And if you have a Roth Gold IRA, your distributions may be tax-free.
Oh, wow.
Which is a fantastic benefit.
Tax-free retirement income. Who wouldn't want that?
Right.
But before we get too caught up in the excitement of retirement,
Okay.
let's shift gears for a moment and talk about some of the challenges and potential pitfalls associated with gold IRAs.
Sure.
We want to make sure our listeners have a balanced perspective.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
While gold IRAs offer numerous benefits, it's essential to be aware of potential downsides.
Right.
One thing to consider is the storage fees associated with holding physical gold.
So unlike traditional assets that are held electronically,
Yeah.
there's a cost involved in physically storing gold bars or coins.
That's right.
Okay.
Custodians charge fees for storing and insuring your gold in their secure depositories. These fees can vary depending on the custodian and the amount of gold you hold.
So it's an added expense that needs to be factored into your overall investment strategy.
Precisely.
Okay.
And while gold has historically performed well during periods of inflation,
Right.
it's important to remember that past performance is not indicative of future results. There is always a risk that gold may not perform as expected.
So it's about having realistic expectations
Yeah.
and understanding that no investment is a guaranteed win.
Exactly.
Right.
It's also worth considering the opportunity cost of investing in gold.
Okay.
When you allocate a portion of your portfolio to gold, you might miss out on potential gains in other asset classes.
Okay.
Particularly stocks, which have historically delivered higher returns over the long term.
That's a valid point. It's about finding that balance between risk and reward, between protecting your wealth and maximizing growth potential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that a gold IRA is not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
It's a long-term strategy focused on wealth preservation and hedging against economic uncertainty.
So it's about taking a strategic, patient approach to retirement planning rather than chasing short-term gains.
Absolutely. And that's a topic we can explore further after a quick break.
So, we've been talking about the importance of a strategic, patient approach to retirement planning.
Right.
And I think that's a perfect segue into a question that's been on my mind.
Okay.
How does someone determine if a gold IRA is actually the right fit for for their retirement plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's obviously not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Right. It's not for everyone.
Exactly. A gold IRA isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
It's essential to consider your individual financial situation,
Okay.
risk tolerance, and long-term goals.
Mm-hmm.
If you're someone who's highly risk-averse
Okay.
and prioritizes wealth preservation over, potential high growth,
Right.
a gold IRA could be a valuable addition to your portfolio.
So if I'm someone who's nearing retirement and concerned about protecting my savings from market volatility and inflation, a gold IRA might make sense.
Exactly. It can provide a sense of security and stability.
Yeah. Knowing that a portion of your retirement savings is held in a tangible asset with a long history of value preservation.
But what about someone who's younger,
Yeah.
just starting their retirement savings journey?
Sure.
Is there a place for a gold IRA in their plan?
It's certainly worth considering.
Okay.
Even for younger investors, allocating a small percentage of their portfolio to gold can provide diversification and a hedge against potential economic downturns.
So it's not just for those nearing retirement. It can be a strategic tool for investors of all ages.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about taking a holistic view of your retirement plan and understanding how different asset classes can work together to achieve your goals.
Now, I know we've covered a lot of ground today, from the history of gold to the mechanics of setting up a gold IRA.
We have.
But I want to circle back to a point you made earlier about seeking professional guidance.
Okay.
Why is it so crucial to involve a financial advisor in this process?
That's a great question. A qualified financial advisor can bring so much value to the table. They can help you assess your current financial situation, identify your retirement goals, and develop a personalized plan that aligns with your risk tolerance and time horizon.
So it's not just about picking investments.
Yeah.
It's about creating a roadmap for your financial future.
Exactly.
Okay.
A good financial advisor will take the time to understand your unique circumstances and tailor a plan that meets your specific needs.
Right.
They can also help you navigate the complexities of gold IRAs, including choosing the right custodian, selecting the appropriate type of gold, and understanding the tax implications.
It sounds like they act as a trusted guide, helping you make informed decisions every step of the way.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
They can also provide ongoing support and guidance as your financial situation evolves, ensuring your retirement plan stays on track.
So it's an ongoing relationship, not just a one-time consultation.
Absolutely. An advisor-client relationship is built on trust, transparency, and open communication.
I think that's so important, especially when dealing with something as crucial as your retirement savings.
Yeah.
You want to work with someone who has your best interests at heart.
Right.
And who you feel comfortable confiding in.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's about finding an advisor who you connect with, who understands your values, and who you trust to guide you toward your financial goals.
Speaking of guidance,
I
want to remind our listeners that we have a fantastic resource available to help you on your gold IRA journey.
Awesome.
Our free checklist, which you can download at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive, is packed with valuable tips on choosing the right gold IRA company, understanding the different types of gold, and much more.
Yeah.
It's a great starting point for anyone considering adding a gold IRA to their retirement plan.
It's a must-have for anyone who wants to take control of their financial future and explore the potential benefits of gold as a retirement asset.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into gold IRAs, I want to leave our listeners with a few key takeaways.
Sure.
First, gold has a long and fascinating history as a store of value and a hedge against inflation and market volatility.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a tangible asset with intrinsic value that has stood the test of time, proving its resilience during periods of economic uncertainty.
Second, a gold IRA can be a valuable tool for retirement planning, offering diversification, potential tax advantages, and the ability to hold physical gold as part of your retirement savings.
It's a strategic way to enhance your retirement portfolio and protect your hard-earned wealth.
And finally, it's essential to seek professional guidance when considering a gold IRA.
Absolutely.
A qualified financial advisor can help you determine if it's the right fit for your individual circumstances, guide you through the setup process, and ensure your retirement plan aligns with your long-term goals.
Absolutely. Retirement planning is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor. It's about creating a personalized strategy that empowers you to live the life you envision in your golden years.
So for all of you out there who are on this journey of planning for retirement, remember that knowledge is power.
Right.
The more you know about your options, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions and create a retirement plan that truly reflects your dreams and aspirations.
Yeah.
And if a gold IRA feels like a good fit for your strategy, don't hesitate to learn more.
Right.
We have plenty of resources available to help you get started, including our free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you today.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of gold IRAs.
Mm-hmm.
Here's to a brighter and more secure financial future.